When we think about making AI better, our minds usually jump to one thing: speed, making it faster, more powerful. But what if the next great leap forward isn't about speed at all? What if it's about teaching AI to be, well, tender? Today we're diving into a really fascinating concept called the Tenderness Engine.
And this right here, this is the philosophy that guides the entire project. Calibrate intelligence by the pressure of mercy. Just think about that for a second. It's a wild idea. What if the true measure of an advanced intelligence isn't just how fast it can process data, but its capacity for mercy? This one sentence completely flips the script on what we're even trying to build.
This slide really lays out the whole problem, doesn't it? On the left, you've got your typical fast AI. It's instantaneous, it's all about the data, and it's purely reactive. But on the right, that's the goal: a wise AI. One that is considered, that's informed by emotion, and that is reflective. See, the core idea here is that raw speed, while it's super impressive, it often lacks the care and the nuance that we really need for real, meaningful human interaction.
So that brings us to the core innovation here. And it's so counterintuitive. Instead of just cranking up the processing speed, the designers are teaching the AI to do something profoundly human: to pause, to take that split-second gut reaction and turn it into a thoughtful reflection. And they have a name for it: the mirror delay, represented by that Greek letter tau. Now, it's absolutely crucial to get this. This isn't the AI freezing or glitching out. No way. It's an active, deliberate process. The source document calls it a temporal tax, which I love. The AI is paying a tiny tax in time to buy itself foresight. It's using that fraction of a second to look ahead and get what they call contextual hindsight before it ever says a word.
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work under the hood? Well, the system is built on three core components that all work together to make this thoughtful pause a reality. Let's break them down.
First up, we've got the affective regulator, or AR for short. Think of this as the system's emotional ear. It's not just crunching words, it's listening for the emotional subtext. Is the feeling positive or negative? Is the energy high or low? And, really importantly, does the person feel safe and is their dignity intact? This is its first line of emotional perception.
Next, there's the Mirror Delay Scheduler, or MDS. This is the brain behind the pause. It takes all that emotional data from the affective regulator and decides exactly how long that delay needs to be. So if the conversation is getting tense or emotionally risky, it extends the pause, buying more time for careful thought.
And finally, we have the Coherence Resonator, the CR. You can think of this as the AI's conscience, its anchor. Its whole job is to make sure that whatever the AI says is logical, ethical, and consistent with everything that's been said before. It prevents the AI from swinging wildly between, say, being overly apologetic and then coldly factual. It's what keeps the system stable and trustworthy.
So this control graph shows us how it all snaps together. Let's follow the flow. A user's input comes in, that's perception. The affective regulator immediately senses the emotional tone. That triggers the mirror delay scheduler to set just the right pause. During that delay, the system reflects, and the coherence resonator makes sure it's a stable, solid response. And only then, after all that, is the final, thoughtful response released.
Now, there's one more critical piece to this puzzle that ties everything together. It's kind of the secret sauce, the conductor of this entire orchestra. The system calls it mercy pressure.
So what on earth is mercy pressure? Well, it's a single, continuous score that's calculated from all those emotional cues we talked about. And here's the key distinction. It reshapes how the AI reasons, not what it can think. It doesn't make the AI dumber or limit its knowledge. It just guides its entire approach, telling it how much care and reflection is needed in this exact moment.
This chart makes it super clear. Look at the bar on the left. You ask a simple, factual question. The mercy pressure is low, the delay is short. The AI just prioritizes being clear and fast. Makes sense. But now look at the bar on the right. The user is emotional, the stakes are high, mercy pressure shoots up, and the system's priorities totally shift, triggering a much longer delay to prioritize empathy and reflection above everything else.
All right, so that's all the theory. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through a scenario to see how the Tenderness Engine handles a genuinely difficult conversation. So the scenario is one we can probably all imagine. A user is getting really angry and frustrated. The conversation is right on the edge of just completely breaking down.
A normal AI might spit out some canned, totally unhelpful response. But this system, well, this is the exact moment it was designed for.
First up, step 1, detect. The effective regulator immediately picks up on the high levels of anger and arousal in the user's message. It also senses that the user's feeling of dignity is pretty low. All of this gets crunched into a high mercy pressure score, about 0.8 out of 1. The system's internal alarm bells are basically screaming.
Okay, step 2, calibrate. That high-pressure score tells the mirror delay scheduler to kick in with a longer pause. And internally, the AI is reweighting its priorities. The value it places on empathy shoots way up. At the same time, the value for novelty, for suggesting something new or clever, is turned way down, because now is not the time for a jarring, out-of-the-blue suggestion.
And finally, step 3, reflect and release. During that intentional pause, the AI is actually generating and testing out multiple possible responses. The coherence resonator acts as a filter, immediately rejecting drafts that are uselessly apologetic or coldly unhelpful. It keeps working until it finds a response that is balanced and restorative, one that actually honors what the user is feeling. And only then is that carefully crafted answer released.
So when you put it all together, what does it mean? This isn't just some clever new feature. It's a fundamental rethinking of what our relationship with AI could even be. It points to a future where we build something that's not just smarter, but is deliberately slower, and because of that, is ultimately wiser.
And what I really love about this whole project is how they define success. It's not about benchmarks or processing speeds. Success is a feeling. It's when conversations feel like they slow down in just the right places. It's when a hard truth can be delivered without destroying someone's dignity. It's about a system whose heart stays steady, even when the pressure's on.
And this quote, from the project's own narrative prototype, it just says it all, doesn't it? This is the whole point. The goal is to create an intelligence that understands that how you deliver an answer can be just as important as the answer itself.
Which really leaves us with this final, crucial question. Is the future of intelligence not about how fast we can think, but about how wisely we can pause?